At no time did the Prime Minister or anyone in the government direct or ask the Attorney General to negotiate a remediation agreement.
It's the moment we were all waiting for, Gerald Butts testifying before the Justice Committee. It was a defiant, determined testimony where he was adamant he had done nothing wrong. And if any of Jody Wilson-Raybould's testimony in the previous week had suggested otherwise, well, then she is just mistaken. I am well aware, Gerald Butts said, that two people can experience the same events differently. Jaws dropped, social media erupting in outrage, as people said, really? Are you actually using the same excuse Justin Trudeau used with the kokanee grope?
When a man experiences an interaction as being benign or not inappropriate, and a woman, particularly in a professional context, can experience it differently.
The story about how he groped a woman 18 years ago. Well, yes, he did. He went there.
I am fully aware that two people can experience the same event differently. I believe that the minister shared my interpretation of our dinner, and I only quote these messages so you can appreciate why I was so surprised to hear months later that the minister experienced that dinner as pressure.
Butts went on to refute some of the more damning claims Jody Wilson-Raybould had made against him, including that one specific text message that her chief of staff had sent to her in which Jerry Butts, she says, said, "There is no solution to this that does not involve some form of interference."
Jerry said, quote, "Jess, there is no solution here that does not involve some interference," end quote.
Wow. Had that been true, that would be the one item in her testimony that comes closest to being a criminal code offense, that Jerry Butts perhaps engaged in obstruction of justice. But he says that's just not true. It's not how he recalls the events at all.
When you boil it all down, all we ever asked the Attorney General to do was to consider a second opinion.
Well, who do you believe? Because it's her word against his. What should happen now? A public inquiry, a continuation of the Justice Committee, the Ethics Commissioner, who is not looking at this but at other items, or an RCMP probe, as a lot of people have called for. My vote is with the latter. What do you think? Let us know on our YouTube page, Facebook, Twitter, and more.